say all the time. And it gets old. It's been old. It's tired. They have been seen and craved the center of attention in the spotlight for so long that they can't even deem sharing it with someone else, or at the very most have the spotlight be dimmed on them and shined elsewhere. Because for years they've been seen as the standard of beauty, and it's mostly because of their men putting them on a pedestal, and because they run the media, they'll always put them up there first. I mean, Harvey has talked about this a lot of times in his videos, and since he's much older, I understand where he's coming from.
I'm going to stop it there because I want to make this a commentary. The gentleman that is speaking, his page is Torian Rain Reloaded. The title of this is They Don't Like Us Loving Our Own. I think we can all be a victim of this at some point, because you can show just general care for our people, whether it be holding the door as you exit one place and they're, coming in. They will shoot you a look of either disgust or I don't need your help, or our people have fallen far, far, far. They have forgotten that, we are not who the media has made us out to be. He's right when he says they laugh at our pitfalls, when they're so desperate for attention that you get on top of a platform and you begin to pick apart somebody else in order for you to be crowned. But that's how energy works. You must put somebody down for you to feel good. But the devil only tells half of the story, you see. He forgot to tell you that when you shut the door and you're by yourself, that won't sustain you, because he has empty promises. So you have to know to feed the good rather than the bad. So when you sit with yourself, you have the good. Therefore, you can give good to others, or else you're no good to yourself. Sometimes people get into this color thing, and black should be with white and white should be with black. But some people like brunettes, some people like blondes. Just because your liking is to a blonde-haired person, that doesn't make me ugly. It's just your taste. That's how you are wired. I wouldn't live a life of having somebody that looked beautiful and was chaotic on the inside. I don't need a trophy. It'd be nice if I could have all of the things combined, but we know how that works. It's got to be nothing. And, I wonder about the word, the abomination of desolation, if you bring nothing to pass. If you had something, or you were doing something in the beginning and then you forget about it and you don't do it. If there's a love in you, love doesn't, let me put it like this. If you've fallen in love with somebody and, years pass and you see them and you think that, wow, they've fallen on some hard times, does that change your love for that person? No, it doesn't. You still love that person, you just are disturbed to see him in that state. But in the back of your heart that they will clean up. Because you have to remember, you loved that person. So in order for you to love that person, there must have been something good in them for you to be drawn to it. So sometimes, we meet people, we subtract ourselves from their lives because they don't have the necessary things that we need. It's like touch and go, you power somebody up. At least sometimes, and it's about energy. Go around the person. Back in the day, people used to say, "Oh, I don't like her. She's got bad energy." You know, either you're for good or you're for evil. You know, and it depends on, you know, that picture of chipmunk sitting on I for a little while I sat on a little fence and I just ate and ate and ate and just looked around. You know, and I love my people, whoever they are. I mean, I just do things for people. You know, if I don't expect anything in return. If they decide to gift me for something they feel I've done well, it's more appreciated. You know, I don't ask for something that's offered that's considered to be rude to me. You know what I mean? I shouldn't. You know, if somebody says, "Well, what do you want for a gift?" And then you tell them, you know, "Well, I'd like to have this," right? And then they say, you know, they do that head jerking shit, and you look at them and you're like, "All right, well, never mind. You know, it's cool. I don't need anything." They're like, "No, I'll just get you what I want to get you." What do you mean? You'll just get me what you want to get me? Then it's really not a gift at all, right? Because that's something you want to give me. That's your taste. And you think I should have it. That's not a gift. That's a force. In my eyes, you're forcing something upon me. You asked me what I wanted. I told you. Now, if it was something that wasn't in your ability, do you think I would have asked you? That's why the Bible says a gift spoils the heart. Because you see how easy that conversation went from good to bad, right? And it was a gift. It was meant for good, you know, but we have to use our powers and turn it around so it's not meant for evil. That's why we have to recognize things. Sometimes people, you know, want to give you gifts. I like the gifts that there's nothing in my hands I'm holding. Those are the best gifts. You feel me? Anyway, I believe that it's even harsher from the black woman. If anybody, I don't think the white one, I think we've surpassed the white woman feeling like she wants the spotlight. I think the media has now turned our black woman into the new modern white woman. And now she hates the real black woman who represents the hanging on. You know, now that black woman looks needy to them because they're spiritual. They're not material, you know. So they don't feel they don't look the part. You feel me? Because now we're in the wheat and the tares because they've been able to grow alongside of us. But see, here's the thing. You remember that three-legged race? I always did all the gym shit. I was like the captain of the basketball team and the field hockey team. I love sports. I was in the house office writing all of the fucking detention slips, holding detention hall, things like that there. Official secretarial shit. Yeah, that's what I was doing when I was a kid. It's not my fault, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to live, that's all. And sometimes it's like you bump into these big spiritual fucking asteroids, you know, they're just blocking, they got the full court press, the blitz on you, they don't even know what they're doing, you know? They're just in your motherfucking way. Excuse my language for swearing and cursing. Those are my sentence enhancers. I'm practicing on, you'll see I only have a few videos on speaking publicly, and I'm trying to dust myself off so that I'm able to do so in a respectful manner that I don't offend anybody in the process. You know, it's a difficult thing to deal with, you know, all of these things. You know, you have to deal with the fact that this woman is being influenced because she has a wig on her head and some lipstick on and some chicken noodle soup on the side, that she thinks that she's able to talk down to anybody, and because she is a walking book, she thinks she's smart. But little do they know that God always uses the small things to confound them. And then he still reminds you, tells you, remember from where you have fallen. You know, I love the Bible. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it because it fits with me. It really does. I think that we do well as a people if our black women could unite, if we could really go with one another and, you know, help one another, the older women, you help the younger women, help them clean up, do things around the house, teach them, like the Bible says, each one teach one. But we can't do that, because there's so many that are so willing, with that evil eye. They got that evil ass eye, you know. You gotta be careful, because not everything that you think that you're looking at, you gotta reach back in your trick bag and wonder if what you're thinking is off, because really nothing can happen to you unless it's ordained. I'm just trying to figure out some things, and I've had to withdraw sometimes because I keep it simple. When you keep it simple, you can get scratched real easy. And I don't, that I put that old man away. He said, when I was young, I thought like a child. Hurt people, hurt others. My intent is not to hurt you. I don't even really want to converse with you if you're, like, you can tell by a person just by the way they speak, what they listen to, what they do, what they give their time to. And sometimes you don't even I can watch a person just walk. And I know what the fuck is going on. I already know. Just by how heavy their footstep is. You can walk in the room and you could be dragging your feet, and I know that you're tired. You're tired of life. You really don't have the stamina to push through it. You're just here to be here. You just, don't, no haggling. Basically, you don't want to lose half on a trade-in. You push, pull, or toe. However you get it there, you're getting it there. And then there's those who walk very light on their feet. And, their feet are like their feet. They run up to heaven, get their little information, and they come right back down. They know that, listen, if they get hurt right here, they know a little further down the road that their blessing is. They can just keep going. They're like, oh, I made a wrong turn. Let me keep going. That's that light heart that I look for. I don't, I pour into a few people, and that's all that's needed. I don't need to speak for the masses because I'm learning every day. So if black women could love other black women, I think we'd go somewhere. But for the time being, until we love ourselves first, we're not capable of loving anybody else. We got to get rid of what the white people explain to us is love for us as people of color. Point blank. And that TV, Love and Hip Hop, all that bullshit right there is not helping. I'm at 13 minutes. I feel like I've blown a lid. I'm trying to recall what I've said because, you can always get smoked like some good green on these videos. I think that's why I was kind of hesitant to start speaking, even though I was asked to do so. So he said, I was like, all right, once a day. He said, take 2. And I was like, 2? Why not just 1? He said, because I know that you're capable of doing 1, and 2 would really be pushing it. So, and then he was like, you should do 3 if you're really feeling spunky. And I really wanted to put some sport on his forehead at the 3 mark, because I was like, listen, if you want to remain my friend, you should stop right there. Anyway, black on black, that's what we need. Black on black love.